Hi, we're here with Jeremy from Comeback Kid, and we are Punkupdates.com, so hello Jeremy.
Hello, hello.
So how about your religion? Are you religious?
Am I religious? There was a time when I would have said yes, but now it's kind of, I don't know, the older I got, the more I started questioning things, the more I still question things even more than I ever did. So yeah, there's a lot of, you know, when you're young, you're very certain about a lot of things, you know. But as you get older, and if you're willing to question things, you start to, you know, second guess yourself, and yeah. So that's where I'd say I'm at.
As long as you still believe in yourself, that's
yeah. I believe I can do a few things. So yeah.
Okay. So why am I asking you this? Well, we always structure our interviews according to religious themes.
Okay.
So in this interview for Comeback Kid, we decided to do it according to the last 4 things, or the Novissima. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, no problem. We'll guide you through it. So first, Novissima is death.
Yeah.
Not the happiest theme of all, but well,
Part of life.
Part of life. Yeah. So Wake the Dead.
Yep.
That was your real breakthrough album, but Scott Wade, he stopped singing with Comeback Kid in the middle of the tour following the release in 2006, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, figuratively speaking, meant the death of the old band and the birth of the new band. And in that band, guitarist Andrew started singing.
Right.
So before that, the album that meant the beginning of a career in music for Comeback Kid was Turn It Around in 2003, and now you're celebrating your 10-year anniversary by doing the TIA tour. So and now Scott's come back to sing. So now I'm getting to the actual question. Many people are wondering whether Scott maybe will still have a part in the band after the tour, whether he's the Comeback Kid for Comeback Kid, or did he just come back especially for this tour and retire again afterwards?
Yeah, no, this is just a one-time thing. You know, he quit the band in 2006 because, you know, he wasn't into the tour schedule and stuff like that. So, and he wanted to do other things, and you know, so we've you know, always kept in touch, and you know, we're on this tour having a great time. We're friends, but it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, we've evolved as a band, and we're not going to go back to that, but at the same time, that's still part of us. So, you know, a 10-year anniversary made sense, you know, because hey, there's people that never got the chance to see, you know, sort of that sound or that lineup. So yeah, we're just happy to, you know, do a few dates here around Europe, a few around North America, but then we're going to be going back to focusing on writing a new Comeback Kid record with the current lineup. Yeah. So.
Okay, so and how about Andrew? Is he still able to play guitar because he's playing the guitar again?
Yeah, I mean, last night he said he was struggling a little, but you know, he hasn't done it for a long time. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's expecting like everything to be like 100% perfect, but you know, we're getting away, I think, with a 90-95% success rate. With
That's enough. That's enough. Okay. So the second Novissima is judgment.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and as Westerners, we sometimes have a wrong judgment about punk music, maybe in the rest of the world, seeing that we often don't see beyond our own noses. But Comeback Kid has played on both sides, right? So here in the West, but also recently in countries such as Malaysia and Bali. Now, we were wondering, what was your judgment before you went to play for the Eastern audiences, and what was it afterwards, punk heaven or punk hell? Because yeah, we read Andrew said something about being out of your element in those countries. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it's just different. The first time we actually went down there was 2008, and we played in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Hong Kong. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a different atmosphere, different vibe, but still amazing, because especially back then, because like now bands are starting to tour there a little more, but back then it was like few and far between. So when you would come, kids, especially like Indonesia, it's just insane. Like kids they lose their minds. Like yeah. Like, I don't know if it was an exaggeration, but one of the promoters was like, there's kids that haven't eaten for 3 days just so they could buy a ticket for the show. And it's just like, you know, that's dedication, you know.
Yeah.
So it was fun to be part of, you know, something exciting like that. So, you know, that kind of excitement doesn't exist in the Western world, because it's like, you know, here in Europe there's festivals all the time. In North America there's always bands on tour. So it's like you get stoked about a show, but when you see that, you know it's something special. So yeah, it's cool.
That's why you do it, probably.
I mean, yeah, I can't wait to go back again. So yeah.
Okay. So the third one is hell. Again, not very positive thing, but Well, people tend to be vultures when it comes to waiting for a band's new album. You'll probably know that. We've read that you would be bringing out a new album, as you just said. So is it sometimes frustrating when you have to please so many often very critical people and work a deadline? Is it sometimes stressful?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of all part of what we signed up for, I guess. But yeah, there's always the annoyances. You know, it's just like people that want a record to sound this way, people that want the record to come out now, or whatever. I don't know. But I mean, doing it for so long, you just realize you have to do things at your own pace. It's like there's some bands that put out records like every 18 months. That's not Comeback Kid. You know, we want to do it when we're ready. Like, we want it to be natural. You know, we want to be excited about writing, not feel we have to. You know, so yeah, we're just getting to that process now where we've been on tour for quite a while, I guess, supporting the last record. And yeah, so after the summer festivals, we're going to take a little time off in fall and just kind of focus on that. And you know, we're going to put out a record that some people are going to love, some people are going to hate. You know, it's like, I want the old record. I want something to sound like Wake the Dead. Broadcasting was my, you know, you can't please everybody, and we know that.
So will it be?
No point in trying.
Yeah, will it be completely different from the last album? Or?
It'll be different, but you know, we kind of have these sort of parameters that Comeback Kid stays in. So even like the first two records or the last two records, different singers, whatever. It's still, I feel like we have our sound, but none of the records sound like them. So. My annoyance with bands is when they put out a different record or completely different sounding record to fit in with whatever the cool thing is going on, and that's one thing I promise you Comeback Kid won't do. It's like you're not going to hear like singy, screamy parts because that's cool right now or whatever.
You just stick to your own theme.
It's like we have the music that we like that influences us. We have the way we write songs, and we're just that's just what we're comfortable with. We know we're not going to be the next big thing. You know, we are just a band that loves to tour, and you're going to hear that in our music. You know, it's like there's going to be that live energy vibe, you know.
That's important.
Yeah, so.
Okay, thanks. And the last one is Heaven. So let's say you walk out of this place and you get hit by a truck.
Right.
I hope that doesn't happen, but if it should happen, you get to heaven and God gives you the opportunity to choose anyone on earth to replace you in Comeback Kid. Who would it be and why?
Sorry, say that last part again.
So if you would have to choose anybody on this planet that would replace you in Comeback Kid, replace you in Comeback Kid, who would it be?
Anybody. Oh, this is an interesting question. I'm blanking. Who do I want to play in my spot? Maybe one guy I've always loved being on tour with, who's just a fun guy to hang out with, chill. Chris Williams. He used to play in a band called Champion, and I don't know. I just always liked his style, and I think he would fit into the Comeback Kid look on stage. I think, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Jeremy from Comeback Kid, and we'll see you again, hopefully.
For sure. We love Belgium. So.